Hello, welcome on into another episode of the Digital Quill. I'm your host, Mars Wilson. Today I have with us another guest. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kenneth Brignoni Jr. I go by the online presence Flabbergasted. I am a Twitch streamer for gaming. I also am a podcaster. I just started that. And that is based on Chicago sports. It's called Bear Down in the Valley. So yeah, that is who I am, and I'm glad to be on the show.
I just noticed you're wearing a Bears sweatshirt.
Yes, I am.
You,
Yes, I am. I am die hard, whether we lose or win, which we all lost. We know we lost this weekend, but it was an amazing experience this whole season. So I still support.
now, you said your podcast is very recent. How many episodes have you gotten down so far?
I've only gotten one actual episode. I've been live representing the podcast. That was basically
Hmm.
throughout the end of the season of the Bears run. I went live for the last two games and it did like a watch along on TikTok. And then
Cool.
for the first and second playoff game that they were in, I did that as well. But my first official episode, I did last Wednesday, and that is up on my YouTube channel. And I had the pleasure of having my mother on as my first guest because Chicago sports is rooted in deeply in my family and a huge part of my upbringing. So I thought it appropriate to have her on it.
I like when family and friends can be involved in our projects because it makes like what we do that more special because it's like, oh, I'm already putting my energy and heart and soul into this. Now, someone that has put their heart and energy and soul into me is putting it into the project. It's like, not only thank you, but also that warm, fuzzy, like, good feeling, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It was really nice, heartwarming. She's really sweet. And she likes to talk. I mean, everyone in my family, maybe besides my dad, like to talk. I'm Puerto Rican, so loud and very talkative people. But she was like the perfect person to have on there just because how easy it is to obviously conversate with my mother, but she likes to speak and she is very knowledgeable about things. And it was nice having the person that was the grounding, like, person in my life growing up be a part of that. And through that, I actually reached out to, there's a lot of family that loved it. My uncle reached out to me and he's like, I want to be on your show,
Oh, cool.
which is nice. And it's nice having that support through it all. Uh, Honestly, it's difficult. I wanted to quit
Hmm.
my streaming. I didn't even think that this sports podcast was even on the horizon for me, just because you're starting something out, you're not
Keep
getting the
doing it.
views.
Even if you're not
Yeah,
getting the views, just keep
exactly.
doing it.
And the reason why I didn't quit is um, one of the most important people in my life. She's uh, like my best friend, and she has been through it. Her name is Lindsay. She's my main mod. She helps me manage the whole thing.
That's sweet.
She's been since the beginning when I really started to make this a thing because I started streaming hardcore in August of last year, and she's been at every single stream throughout the entirety of all my streams, helping me manage and keeping me going. She's the reason why I haven't quit. So it's nice having people like that in my life that can keep me moving forward.
I love that. That is awesome. Like, I just speaking from personal experience, I've had a lot of Both self-imposed and unintentional isolation. So like to know that other people have that connectivity, those people that are their ride or dies, like whether it's friends or family, it's like one, it gives me hope that that's possible for me, which it is now. I have
Yeah,
a lot of people behind me, whereas once upon a time I didn't. And it also gives me hope that it's possible for other people that might be experiencing the same kind of loneliness. And then also just it reinforces the idea that people are better together, and if we don't share experiences, then what the heck are experiences for?
exactly. Yeah, and like it was a tough year for me last year, and the people that I'm closest with, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have gotten through it because, I'm going through divorce and everything that kind of started December of 2024, and that's where I wanted to give up on a lot of things, but those important people, the small, like little close knit group of people that I have in my life that have surrounded me is the reason why I'm still pushing forward. And this year, I'm making it a big year. That's why I started the podcast. I am looking for growth. I am going to keep pushing and like moving forward no matter what.
So I guess this is something I'm doing. I think you're local to me, aren't you? You're in Arizona too, right?
Yes, I am in Mesa.
So usually when I know that someone's in the state, I like getting them in person on the podcast. We're doing things a little outside of what I normally like doing, but I wanted to get you on the show as soon as possible, so I committed to doing it this way. The next time we have you on
Yeah.
the show, though, let's try to plan for an in person episode. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with doing that. I think that would be fun. Outreach and everything too.
The next question I have
I
is if I go to networking events, would you like an invite to come along?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I mean, I'm any way that I can grow and get myself out there and help others too. Um, I'm up absolutely okay with. I have okay. This is a perfect time to go into the next. I'm a dad. I have 6 kids,
I think I hear
and I
some of the
have
little
them
ones
most of the
around.
time. My youngest is the one who I have who is calling me. So give me 1 second.
Go
What's
ahead.
up, buddy? Oh, yes, go get the bag. It's in the backpack. He wants his banana from his mom's. Yeah,
Like
I've got
food
there. My
banana
kids
or
are
a
important.
stuffed
Yeah,
banana?
banana, like a banana, his little snack.
That is
So I am
adorable.
opening that for him. Um, yeah, being a dad of 6 is also a big thing. I label it on my Twitch on everything that I'm a gamer dad. I have 6 kids. My oldest is 17. Here, Maverick, come on. My oldest is 17. Then it's 14, 8, 7, 6, and 2. So it's a wide range. The younger ones are all close together, so it's a little chaotic sometimes. But I manage and I try and get them involved as much as I'm able to. The older two, more than my younger, just because I mean they're older. They have interest in being on things with me. My son dreams with me sometimes. I'll have him playing the games with me. My daughter helps me with things as well. The younger ones are so interested and want to be, and unfortunately, I can't fully. I would here and there, and I would never like put their faces up on it, but
Good
their
idea.
voices and things like that. I used to play with them. They love Fortnite, but um, I have to wait a bit because mom does not want that. She doesn't want me to use my kids as like for gaining a presence, which I'm not. Like I'm genuinely
You're
me.
just a
Like I
dad.
am a dad, and I want to involve my kids in everything that I do. By no means am I trying to make money off of them, though. I think I'm a genuine and entertaining person enough as it is. I think I'm one of the funniest people I know. So like, my streams are filled with laughter and chaos. So
Well, I have to
that is kind of
say,
what I bring.
I give you props for not showing the younger kids' faces just at this moment, mostly because this is the internet. You and I have been here long enough. We know. But
Yeah.
also, I don't see you just from what we've interacted like online and everything and like in conversation. I don't see you being the kind of person who would use your kids as like accessories or props to gain popularity or even
Yeah.
money or monetary value. Like when I said you're just a dad, I want to clarify you're not just a dad, like that's all you are, like you're just a dad, but like you're a dad, like that's one of the things that you are. You have to, you know, occasionally get off camera a little bit and help your kid open up a banana. Like I get that, like
Yeah.
it's life.
It's all part of that. Like, and the people that come and watch me, my regulars, they know it. And hey, I got to put up the be right back screen real quick. Kids are causing chaos or they need something.
They
Um,
jumped off
my
the
kids
bed and
always
now
come
one needs
first. So
stitches.
yeah, it's just
Nothing
part of
crazy like that has
being
happened,
a
right?
parent. Jumping off the bed like that. Well, I mean, yeah, my kids are a little crazy.
Oh
My
no.
kids are a little crazy.
We
I
have good
think,
insurance, right?
yeah. I'm a medically retired veteran,
Mm.
so I have TRICARE. I have some really good insurance. So thankfully for that.
Okay, little
Let's see,
monkeys.
craziness though. I
Uh,
I think the craziest thing that happened on stream was that probably just hit like fighting. I think most of the crazy stuff happens off stream, thankfully. Like one of mine, they broke a window,
oh my gosh.
like things like that happen. But kids, as chaotic and destructive as they can be, and how frustrating it can be as a parent to deal with that. Kids are kids. I've done pretty much everything that they've gotten in trouble for, and the bad things that they have done, I've done in tenfold when I was a kid. So I get it.
I was also a kid at one point too. That's why when a parent says, my kids are so chaotic and rambunctious sometimes, I'm just like thinking back to when I scaled a wall, climbed over it, did the whole like tightrope walk thing because it was a narrow wall, climbed down the wall on the outside and explored the alley, and I might have been like 3.
Yeah,
So, let's just
that's
say I was a kid once too, and I remember some of the crazy crap I got up to. Holy.
yeah. Everyone and anyone that says that they weren't when they were a kid is lying.
Either
Let's be honest.
either lived a very like sad and like not sad but like sheltered life, or like they had a lot
Yeah,
of responsibilities that kept them from being a kid, which I understand that side of the fence too. And
yeah, that's true. I've lived
or
that.
or they just didn't get outside and play as a kid like ever. And also I get that too. I don't know, like there's like both, I get both sides of the fence. I had a little bit of a childhood, a little bit, and then like no childhood at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. No, it does because that's the same for me. I was always outside. I was always doing crazy things. I was huge into sports and wrestling when I was a kid. So you would find me and my cousins, my brother and friends backyard wrestling, running through alleys, like
Did
doing stupid things. But then at the same time, my mom, she was diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer and stuff. So she
mm,
was going through a lot of that stuff. So I was helping out at home. Taking care of my younger brother and sister while my dad was working when she was doing that. So I kind of played like both roles. I still was able to, and credit to my parents for allowing me to still try and be a kid in all that stuff. The only downside I'd say is I grew up very religious,
mm,
um, which I'm not anymore, and a lot of that just has to do with how like the intricacies of things that I've been in. I believe in spirituality and things like that. I have nothing against anyone that is. It's
mm,
just I've been I did a lot of studying, and I've been in I would say the politics of church, and I don't like church. And so I kind of removed myself from that, and that's the only thing that I'd say probably that I'm upset with in my childhood, because I didn't get to do a lot of things that I wanted to because of church. Like I wanted to play sports and things like that, but
Hmm.
because of the religion that I was, with most games being Friday night or Saturdays, things like that, I couldn't do it because we had to go to church on Saturdays, stuff like that. So, um, yeah, that was kind of how it was for me growing up.
I see. For me growing up, I've shared it a lot on here, and just to kind of, since we're both sharing our cards, um, I didn't know my biological parents because both of them, well, I knew my biological father, I take that back, but not for very long, thankfully. He got out of jail when I was 2, and it all came to a head about what was going on in our bedroom and stuff that we shared. Unfortunately, a couple years after that, but it was only about 3 or 4 years that we really had contact. Um, let's see. I was raised by my grandparents, but when I was around 6th grade, I relate to the cancer thing with your mom because my dad was diagnosed and later passed away in 2011 with colon
Mhm.
cancer. And so, yes, I had moments of being like a young kid, but with like early childhood trauma with like sexual assault and drug and violence and all that stuff, and like adoption, and then the cancer and all the health problems and stuff. It was like mostly adult experiences with the mask of being a child. And like as an adult, I'm trying to give myself more like youthful experiences, if that makes sense. Like painting more with my hands and going back to kind of stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Like that's the one thing that I think humans don't do enough is like we stop playing when we become adults. We're the one species of
Yeah.
animal that stops playing, and I'm like, the heck you mean we stop playing? Dolphins play with porcupine, not porcupines. Is it no, pufferfish. They play with pufferfish. Did you know about
Yeah.
that?
The poor pufferfish, though.
Yeah. Yeah. The poor pufferfish. When I heard about that, I'm like, there's no way. And then someone showed me a video of that, and I'm like, oh my god, the poor pufferfish.
Yeah. No, and that's true. Like, which I try. I probably don't do it as much as I should, but I try and play and do things like that with my kids, and and their toys and all that.
The weather is still really nice. Have you considered setting up like a geocaching kind of like scavenger hunt for them?
Yeah, I do things outside and stuff sometimes. It's just right now, I think, just because of the scheduling,
Mm-hmm.
it can be really difficult to do a lot. Like um my four youngest are tough. They require a lot of attention, and they have a lot of energy. We have a lot of difficulties with that. Two of them right now in school, having to go like the route of finding out if they have any setbacks educationally and things like that, because of ADHD and things like that. Possibly even one of them maybe being autistic. So it's just hard. We try and focus right now because they're doing so bad in school, that by the time I get home when it's my days, and I have custody of them and I'm picking them up, it's a fight to get through homework, and then I've got to do you know dinner, getting them ready for bed by that time. Like it's overwhelming. So there's not a lot of time where I can do that, except for maybe Sundays. But um, I I'm here at home and I always have a child, almost. Like I don't get a lot of me time and I work. I'm a manager at Walgreens and I work nights. So like tonight I go to work. I'm there from 5 p.m. till midnight and then I do 10-hour shifts on Saturdays. So it's exhausting sometimes to even get the energy to go outside to do things. And that's something that I know I probably need to be better at. But I do try and give them the attention that they want when I can, when I'm able to. Like yesterday, I had during my stream, I'm trying to let them be more involved, so I let them hold my iPad while I'm streaming so they can look at it and react like they have my stream up and are able to see it. And then that turned to I've been watching the Halo TV series
Mm.
and my 8 and 7-year-old were like, "This is cool. Like, hey, that's the game that you're doing." Because I'm doing a Halo like playthrough right now on my stream. They're like, "That's the game that you're playing," and they watched it with me, just sitting there chilling. So like, I think that's the kind of stuff that I do to like get together with them. Like last year when K-pop Demon Hunters came out, and that was the craze. Like watching that movie several times. I've seen it, that movie, listening to the music, let them have little dance parties. I got video clips of them doing that stuff. Um, I think that's more my thing. I have, um, I don't like being outside and around a lot of people too. Could probably be a thing for me. And I'm always paranoid that, like, to let them go outside by themselves here. Because like there's a lot of kids in my little apartment community that go outside to play, and I
Mm.
see them. They're out there every day, and at times I say like, oh, maybe I should allow them, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm too scared because I see what people like. I'm like that one time that I let them, and someone's gonna come do something, take one of my kids and stuff like that. So I get too paranoid and I can't do it. So I don't know. That's something that I probably with, and I need to figure out. But I do what I can to enjoy my time when I do have my kids. So
I don't want to nitpick and provide unsolicited advice, but do you mind if make a suggestion that might be something to think about for later?
yeah,
Okay. Um, you said you see other kids out. Are they around the same ages as your kids, or a little younger, a little older?
varies. Most of them are older.
Maybe try to get
So
in touch with their parents and be like, hey, like express your concerns. Be like, hey, like a lot's going on in my life right now. You don't need to give specifics, but you just say, hey, a lot's going in my life right now. I'm a little nervous about letting my kids out to play, but I know they need to get their energy out. Can you watch them for me and keep an eye on them? Here's my phone number or something like that. Like maybe
oh,
try.
but the thing is, like these kids are going off and like there's no supervision.
Interesting.
That's the thing. Yeah, there's never adults out there, and that's why like I've let them do it sometimes with my older two because I trust my older two to watch them, but at the same time like they're a little nuts and can sometimes just take that um oh I'm outside freedom as like oh I'm gonna try and go run the heck onto the other side of the complex type of thing, and I don't want to chase
Chance.
them down myself, and I don't want to make my older two chase them down. So it's very brief that stuff like that has happened. Yeah, it's a lot of that is me. A lot of that is me, and I know that. But how I counter that is, time in here, because I also know that mom does like takes them to
Out
do things and
to.
places and stuff. Yeah.
So they do get that
Like
from.
I do, yeah, they do get it. Like the last time I did, I took them to the zoo for zoo lights. Actually,
Ooh,
it
cool.
was a gift from my parents for Christmas,
I like zoo
and I
lights.
was able to take them to it. It's really nice, and I hadn't been there since 2012. So
You
it's a
went a
lot
lot sooner,
different.
or you've been there a lot sooner than I have then, because the last time I went, I think it was like 2008, maybe 9.
Yeah, 2012. It was probably around the same as that. It was like cheap back then. Like in
Yeah.
2012, I was like, this is kind of lame. And they cut off, like, they section off most of the zoo back then where you only had a little small part. And now it's the entire zoo. You can walk through the entirety
Wow.
almost of the zoo.
That's
And
crazy now.
the lights are a lot nicer. They have like a, a lot better. They got light shows and things like that. It's a nice experience. They had Santa was there, which was cool. So my kids got super excited. They're like, "Oh, Santa, can we go in line to see him?" And it was free to go see him, and free to like have a picture taken. It's just you had to pay for the picture after the fact, obviously.
Mm.
But I was able to. They give you a little thing to preview it, and I was able to take the. You can make a free video from there, and I was able to take that video and get that photo to be able to make a little video myself that I made, like a video Christmas card for the family and stuff, which was nice.
A little video Christmas card. I love that.
Yeah.
I like that we can do like e-cards and stuff. I every time it's like someone's birthday, I'm just like, "Ooh, what would they like?" And how do I send an e-card where it like gets sent to them, they click on it, and then it's like a singing telegram except e-card.
Yeah.
Is there
No, my thing that I don't know if they think it's obnoxious by this point or not. Most of the time they laugh, but my family and close friends, when it's their birthday, I make it a point every year to go and find a new video that's like a birthday video that sings something weird. Like it has to be the funniest, weirdest birthday song with their name that I can find, or something cool. Like I sent one to my cousin for his birthday last year. It was Weird Al singing "Happy Birthday" to him, saying his name. It was fantastic. I try to do things like that. That's like my little stick, and everyone kind of expects it from me every year.
How is your singing?
Me?
Mhm.
Oh, I can sing, but
I'm not
I
going to
don't
I'm not going to put you on the
do it a
spot and
lot.
make you do it
No,
right
no,
now.
no, no. So I grew up in a family that's family of music.
Mhm.
My both my parents can sing. My dad is it's through church. Like I grew up singing in church. My dad is a bass. I'm like a baritone tenor.
Okay.
Um, so I've sung all my life. My brother sings. My sister's probably the only one that claims she can, but I think she can. She just doesn't want to. But everyone in my family either can sing or play an instrument
Do
or
you
is
play an
artistic and
instrument?
draw. I do not. I cannot. I have difficulty with coordination doing two different things.
Hmm.
Like so for drums, I can't hit the bass pedal and like, I can't do that. I can't focus on hitting the different chords while strumming at the same time for a guitar, things like that. I can't. I did go in when I was in middle school. I played like clarinet and then saxophone, but I didn't enjoy it. Um, but I can sing. I always have sang. I like to create music. Um, if you anyone that ever jumps on my stream, my intro song, I wrote and created and did the music for it. I used an AI voice once I wrote like how I wanted it to do, but all my music, background music that is in and playing throughout my streams, um, is all created by me. So I do love that. I did go to school for audio production technology to learn how to be a music producer. So that's where I learned a lot of that stuff. I never completed it fully. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. That's my thing. I went to school to learn at one point how to make video games, and that fell through. I went to school to learn culinary. I learned how to cook from my mother growing up, but I mastered some of those things, but I never finished that. I went to school, like I said, for audio production technology. Didn't finish that. I was most recently going to school to become an art teacher. The only reason I didn't finish that is because my ex wife, she ended up losing the job that she had, and I had to be a stay-at-home parent and have my kids the whole time because before she was a director of a preschool daycare, so we got free like for my kids to be there for free. And then she changed jobs. She lost that job, and we no longer had that. So I had to be the person that was home, and that was my goodness, 2023. I think is when that happened. 2023, yeah, end of 2022, beginning of 2023. And so I haven't been in school since then because I was gonna finish that. I got accepted to go to ASU to finish my degree there to become an art teacher, K through 12. Um, that's still something that I have an interest in. It's just I cannot do while I have a little one at home because from this point forward, I know myself, I need to go in person for the rest of this stuff. I can't do any more online schooling. I don't learn as good at that. Um, and in order to do that, I need to do daytime classes. So until my youngest goes to school, this is what I do. I'm a stay-at-home dad during the day. So
We need more of those sometimes, I think. I think we just need more parents to be able to be at home with their kids.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
So I guess everyone hates this question. I hate this question. So let's condense it by a couple of years. In 3 years, this is a two-part question. In 3 years, where do you see yourself and where do you want to see yourself? Be as hopeful as possible and as realistic as possible.
Hmm. And gosh, that's hard. Um, I guess I would hope that my streaming and podcast takes off by that time. I'm hoping that I have a good following. Right now, I'm, very small time, and I'm hoping maybe by that point to be a medium time, like a mid streamer to, having even at that point like 100 subs would be great. Um, Getting that good following going to where um, I can start realistically looking at, hey, I can do this full time and I don't need to have a job. Because right now I'd have my retirement check from the military, and I have this job at Walgreens to supplement what extras that I need. And it would be nice at that point to be looking and going, hey, what's my next step to finally make this where I don't have to work anymore, other than putting everything I can into the podcast and in my streaming. Because also by that point, um, my son should be going into kindergarten, my youngest. So realistically, at that point too, I can look at possibly, depending on where I'm at with my streaming and podcast, possibly going back to school. Now, at that point too, if my streaming and podcast is doing well and at that point that I need and want it to be, um, the schooling that I take might change because I may not want to go the direction of the art teacher and might want to take classes that can further what I'm doing. So um, maybe sportscaster classes for my podcast so I can learn all of that kind of stuff a bit more, the intricacies of that, audio, video, editing, and things like that. Things that can help my stream because that's what my goal is. I want to become a full time. Um, that's difficult because the market is very saturated.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's hopefully I'm seeing myself in 3 years, to answer that question, is being at the point where I can start looking at, okay, what's my next step to make this my full-time thing and be that well off with it.
I like that. And sometimes I wish the making that thing, the stream thing work, because I'm at the same point you are in a way. Like, my audience is pretty small. Like, yes, I have 11.4K followers on TikTok, but that number doesn't do anything for me because my views are at 200, you know?
Yeah.
And that, I will say it loudly and proudly every single time. I really think a lot of those, like, followers are bots, because how did that happen? How did that happen
It's
in the
true. I know I have like 2,300 something like that. And I know a lot of them are for sure, but um and it's crazy. I'm sitting here hitting hit or miss and stuff. I with my views on average, it just depends on what the content is at that point because I went like I like to say mini viral on one video, and it's
Hmm.
my first pinned one on TikTok, and it was just a funny one about like the craziness of being a parent and how stressful like you're always just wanting to scream because of the kids, but then at the same time it was around the time that K-pop Demon Hunters came out and it was pop and the song Golden is a fantastic song. So it's like in between vibing between that and losing my mind. And it got like 316 thousand views on it. And I was like, where the heck did this come from? And it was pretty crazy. But on average, I'm saying around the 300. I have several videos that will get, 900 thousands. I have some that are in like 30,000. And it's funny, the ones that I want to go and get a lot of views aren't the ones that do. And it's the ones that I'm just like, this is, just to put out so I'm consistent. And it's just a little funny like joke for a video game or something. Like I did a lot of Phasmophobia ones because I play that, and those like got. I was like, why is this getting like 14,000 views? And it's just some funny little thing that I typed up with like a little meme. Like so, I don't. It's crazy. And the ones that I put a lot of work into is the ones that don't do as well. Like I did um an end of season for my Chicago Bears
Ooh.
video, and I wrote the little monologue and spoke it in it. I think it's a wonderful emotional video. Um, and that one's not doing as well as I would like. But then I did another one where it was a hype for the game, and that one's reaching 1,000 views. So I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy.
I
Trying to
wish.
figure out TikTok's algorithm.
I think they purposefully update the algorithm so nobody can, which is like, we have to think about the behind the scenes on the TikTok and like Facebook and everyone else's god here. Um, they're not going to want everybody to make a lot of money off of their platform, even if it would make them more money, because they're already getting
Yeah.
plenty of money. So they're going to change the algorithm often, and it's going to be designed to keep us all in the freaking matrix.
Yeah. And that's like I think TikTok is the least of my like push. I am right now currently when I do live stream any of my podcasts live, that's the platform that I'm doing it on. Um,
When I.
as I got a lot of views, like I think I got a 250 people watching me at one point when I
Hmm,
was um streaming a reaction to a game, and it ended up
nice.
being like 17.1K views throughout. So it was well, so I was like, okay, I guess TikTok is where I'm going to do my podcast stuff. But my main focus is my Twitch, my gaming on my Twitch, and I want to start growing my YouTube, which is barely anything. I think I have like maybe I don't even think 10. subscribers or like people following on that. But that's because that's where I'm going to post my full episodes
Hmm.
for my podcast. So I'm trying to start growing that now.
I've been growing my YouTube slowly just by being consistent with my podcast, and like I added let's plays and like gaming videos. Something that I'm going to recommend you try with your YouTube growth is it's really going to depend on your title. So like see what other people are searching when it comes to like what you're trying to produce. And then description. And then the other thing is going to be shorts. You're going to want to create shorts. A lot of the views and
Yeah.
conversions come from shorts. So,
Yeah, and I think I a lot of my shorts see I'm at this point where I make my because I like I said I'm a bigger presence and what I want is my gaming to
mm-hmm.
really take off. And but I also am wanting my podcast, but it's two separate entities, you know. One, the podcast is about Chicago sports and my love for all those teams and things like that. And
Do you cross
um,
promote them? Like when you're streaming, do
I
you?
do, I
Okay.
do cross promote. But what I'm wondering is, do I need to have a separate? I'm trying to figure out, do I need to do a separate YouTube just for the podcast and
Do
call it
you
like
want
Bear
to?
Down in the Valley? And that's the other thing is, do I want to? Because I'm already trying to manage my TikTok, my Twitch, um, arting with my YouTube. I have all the socials. I have a Facebook that's linked to it, my Instagram and all that. I have everything that's in, and it's chaotic for me to go through and try and do all that. Like I said, my main mod, my manager, helps me at times. Like she posts on my Discord when I go live. She'll post and do things on my TikTok and make things for me. Um, she has access to all my stuff. And it helps me because I have someone else doing things because that's where my ADHD comes in. Like I'm like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. I want to focus on this. Like, and that's why I made a video recently. I'm asking help for more mods because she needs help, especially when I dual stream
Mm.
because it's hard for her to switch from Twitch to TikTok and stuff like that. And I'm looking for more people that can help with that. And I'm like, ideally, because I was talking to her, I was like, ideally, I'd like to get enough people in place that can help me to where I can just focus on creating the content. Because my brain, I get overwhelmed, and that's where I get those thoughts of like I want to quit because it's too much. Which I know I have to try and regulate because I don't want that, and I do, and I am trying to be more active in my Discord and on all my things. It's just sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to figure out because I know it's out there. That's like, hey, I'm gonna make this video, post, and it goes live and gets posted on every single platform, so I don't have to worry about going to each thing. I know I need to look into that for sure, but everything costs money these days.
When you figure out how to do that for free, let me know.
Yeah,
Put
I
me
know
on.
it's impossible for free. Like I know places that'll do it, and you have to pay for it. But goodness, let me do it for free. It's not
I'm
that hard.
where I am at and what I like want to do because I know you. This is like our first time really talking about stuff. I love what you're trying to do for you. Like, if I can do anything to support your projects besides give you a platform to speak about it and like a view and a subscribe and a comment, let me know. Like, put me in, coach.
Absolutely.
But
Thank you.
the thing I'm trying to do, like the reason I created the digital Quill hub, and like that's been like a big topic of conversation for myself lately, is like, why am I doing this again? Like, because the reason why is important, right?
Yeah,
And it's because of the same message. Like, I want to blend the digital and physical communities. I want to create communities and bridge the gaps between existing communities and new communities. Like, for being so connected, we're also so very disconnected, if that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely it does.
And it can get better. I know it can. I've seen Star Trek, okay? I've seen Star Trek. I've seen My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I've learned a lot of morals and a lot of values and a lot of lessons. I know this can get better, damn it, and it's going to. If I
Yeah.
have anything to say about it before I take my final breath. But, like, one of the things I want the digital quill to, like, end up creating, and, like, why I like having these conversations about, like, issues we're facing when it comes to, like, building our brands and our communities and our Twitch streams and our podcasts and just the technology and the physical stuff, all of it, you know, it's all a whole thing.
Yeah.
Is I want to find people who have the knowledge, who can create the programs that we need for free that can be open source. Like, and then, like, compound on those resources. Because all of us, if we put all of our noggins and all of our resources into, like, a network, maybe we can dismantle the systems around it once we have a new system in place. I don't know how to put it into easy words to understand, but does that make sense?
It does. No, it does. And it, I wish I could do programming coding because I'd come up with stuff. Right now, I do everything I can. I do a lot of research and things. I do have suggestion. It's going to take an initial investment because I'm actually going to do it. I use the mobile app right now, but I want to buy the physical thing. There is a way to do that and post everything. It's if you've ever heard of a Stream Deck, Elgato makes them.
That sounds
It's
familiar.
it's a lot of people confuse it with Steam Deck. No, not the gaming device. Stream Deck. It's a little device. It's about like yay big, and you connect it to your computer, and you can program all these little switches on it to do different things, and it has multi actions. And the Elgato's whole thing and philosophy is like, don't ask what you can do with it, is you should ask what you can't do with it, because it's just so intricate. And like I've already set up a little bit because they have an app that you can have a free trial of, that you have to pay for, but once you buy the actual thing, you don't have to pay for anything else to use it. And basically, you just can program to hit a one key, and it can do all sorts of things. And for example, say I'm playing and streaming a game, and some cool moment happens, and I can click one button and have it set up to record the last 30 seconds of the clip of what just happened on my
Cool.
stream, then upload it into a program with like say CapCut or something like that, have a like an overlay or something that I already had built that it builds it into, and then automatically post it onto, TikTok, Instagram, wherever I set it to, all with the push of a button within like, 15 seconds. It's an amazing device, and I'm gonna invest into getting the device. But you can do all that stuff. I can switch and do pretty much anything on it. So anyone that is streaming, it's not something that is required, that I think is a necessity to stream, other than like you need your mic, probably a capture card, depending on what you're doing, things like that. But it's definitely gonna help your stream out. It already has with just the mobile app for me. The actual device is going to be so much better. So that's a really good thing to look into if you're looking to elevate your stream and make things just easier, more seamless,
For
just at the
those
touch of
curious, how
buttons.
much is that device?
Let's see. Um,
Because
Stream Deck.
consider me curious and consider me wanting to
Yeah.
elevate my gaming stream.
So Stream Deck from Amazon. You can get a Elgato Stream Deck. Um, it's normally 150. Right now it's on sale for 130.
Okay.
But it's not. Or if you don't want as many buttons, that's for the normal one. If you don't want as many buttons, there's one that has just 6 presets. That is called a Stream Deck Mini. It's only $57.99 if that's something that you want to start out with.
I'd probably start out with a smaller one just
Yeah.
because I don't think I need more than 6 presets for something.
Yeah, and a lot of it like It looks daunting. Like when I first installed the app and like on my computer and my phone, I looked at it and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what the heck any of this means." But then I just started clicking on stuff. I was like, "Oh, they make it's super simple and easy to learn." And I'm like, it's all you're doing is just creating shortcuts for it. It's like you're putting in an order, be like, okay, open my Discord, make sure that my mic is on, make sure that my streaming stuff comes up, and then I hit and go live. And I can do that all by press of one button,
Hmm.
and I'm hands free. I don't even have to touch my mouse or keyboard, and all this stuff just automatically will happen with a touch of a button. So
I have
it's
to
pretty nice.
I have to laugh a little bit because the experience you described with the this is confusing and overwhelming is the exact experience I have every time I open up my Twitch channel because I'm looking at it and I'm like, buttons, settings, there's so much here.
Yeah,
And then
and
it's
I was like that. And once you start getting into it, it's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm figuring out new things every day. I feel like on my Twitch, I'll be like, oh, I didn't know I could do this. Um,
we might have to
and
have like an episode where you screen share with me and like just run me through some Twitch lessons.
oh yeah, I'd be glad to because I learned a lot. I learned a lot through going there. I have so many now. I have it all set up with extensions. I've got my custom emotes. Depending on like if you're a subscriber or a follower or different little icons for my subs, like depending on how long they've been a sub, they get different icons and things like that. There's a lot of cool stuff. I have stream stickers. That's one of my viewers' favorite thing is
Hmm.
stream stickers. It's one of the most amazing things to do, and especially if you're a small streamer, look into getting stream stickers because it is the funniest thing. We make them free because you can make have people either pay bits for it through Twitch or you can set it to being free. And you can even create and upload your own. But
Nice.
all they have to do is click on this little button that appears when you're live, usually above or below the chat, depending on what device you're looking on,
Hmm.
and it just brings up a bunch of stickers that they can slap on the screen, and it makes a slap noise. And a lot of them have different um,
A slap
sounds and things
noise.
like that. One of my Lindsay, my mod, she likes to put up like this doorbell one. It sounds like a doorbell one, or when I'm playing scary games. This is the funniest one. When I'm playing scary games, she finds scary stickers, so stickers that sounds like footsteps or like groans and moans of ghosts and stuff. And I think that I'm sitting here going, because I can't see it when I'm looking at my screen. I have to look down at my OBS to see that the sticker popped up. But I hear the noise and I'm like, is there a ghost about to attack me behind me and stuff? And it messes me up, but it's so funny because they're laughing. So it creates more viewer engagement. It lets them see and do something that's fun for them to interact with the streamer on stream. And it's just some simple little thing. I can't tell you how many times someone's put like T-Rex arms on my webcam and it's going like this and going "Rawr," while I'm playing, and they get a kick out of it. So,
One of my really good friends, she's also a photographer like I am. She has a few photos that she'll share in comments just on Facebook and stuff that it's just one of my various facial expressions. And one of the perks that I want to offer on my TikTok, because TikTok has like stickers that subscribers can have once you get to that level on TikTok. I still don't
mhm,
know how it works. That's the extent of my knowledge.
yeah,
But I I hate that I want to do this cuz it feels like it sounds vain, but I've scrolled through my videos and like after seeing so many videos and playing my own feeds back, I'm like, "Wow, I really do have a lot of facial expressions." Huh. Interesting. I feel like it would be awesome if I just captured as many as I could and like people could use those as their like emotes or something. Like please be
yeah,
as ridiculous about it as
that's fun.
possible.
Yeah, I do. I created an animated version of myself, and all
Nice.
my stickers for my like my emotes on Twitch for my subs is like my little character doing something like raging with a like holding a fist up when I get mad, or
Kind of like
cheering
a
or up
VTuber
like
or kind of more like a avatar.
Actually, like an avatar. Like if you look at, you see my Discord like
Yes.
user icon.
Yes.
That's what he looks like. That's my like I play Arc Raiders, so I made him look like he's in that game. But yeah, it's just different, fun
There are a handful
little
of my
things and
Discord
stuff like
friends
that.
that play Arc Raiders. Is that fun?
It is absolutely a blast.
Do you think my little dinky laptop can handle it if it can play Terraria?
Probably not. Can
Eh,
you run can you run Call of Duty?
maybe. It's
You'd have
not.
to go there's a website, type in can I run it
Oh, there's
on
an actual
Google.
website.
Yes, and you click on that website and you can type in the name of any game, and then you click like the button to go and search, and then it installs this little like extension on your computer that scans your system,
Interesting.
and it then lets you know like, hey, your computer meets the minimum or recommended requirements or do not for any game. That's how I go through, and I've been, because I'm new to the PC land. I mean, I used to have a gaming PC a long time ago, and I went strictly back to console. I just got a gaming laptop, and I want to say it was December,
Hmm.
um, and so I'm just going into that for it. And I'm finding out like what games I can and can't play right now on it, because I didn't go for a higher tier. I went for like a low to mid tier. I'm able to play a decent amount, and once I get a new capture card, because my last one fits out on me, I'll be able to um, keep streaming stuff from my PlayStation as well. Whereas I have most of my gaming library, I got over like 400 games on there. So
I feel like I've learned a lot about you in this conversation, which I didn't expect to really learn anything. I keep my expectations really low when it comes to anything these days because
mhm.
I learned that's the greatest way to peace. Expectations
Yeah,
low and just enjoy the journey.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, I figured, I'm trying everything I can to get myself out there and seen. And I was like, why not? Why not? I've not never done this before. So, it's new experiences as part of growth and this journey that I'm on anyways. So I was glad that you had asked me. It's nice to be able to do something like this, and I will be um sharing, like you said, like it was about sharing friends and family. So I'm gonna share this with everyone once it goes live and everything, and probably post it in my Discord under my fan chat for people to watch if they um so choose to.
Let's see. I'm definitely going to have you on again, and since we're in the same valley, we're going to have to schedule it where we can do it in person. But if we have to do it over like camera and like call again because, dad life, I get that. We'll accommodate and adjust as needed. When it comes to the Quill, I want it to be as flexible as possible for like all parties, even if like
Yeah,
difficulties arise, because they're going to. I mean, before we hopped in the call, we had all sorts of technical difficulties.
yeah, I know,
So,
and that's all Discord's fault.
yeah. But, yeah, it's. Do you have any comments, questions, or concerns for me?
Oh,
Anything.
not at
Hit me
all.
with it.
Just I would say keep doing what you're doing, because I think it's cool. You're getting yourself out there by doing what you're doing, but also like I see the support that you have for others. I come across all the time on your TikToks and stuff like that. Keep doing what you're doing, because the little guys like like myself, we need it and appreciate it, and it's good to have someone out there that actually cares about getting others noticed, and I hope you grow just like and are become known for doing that. So I
Thank
wish
you.
you all the best with that kind of stuff.
Will you do me a favor before I upload the episode for the day? Send me all of your links and everything so that I can include it in the description of this episode.
Absolutely. I will do that as soon as we get off this call.
Okay. And trying to make sure, because one of the points I wanted to bring up earlier, because you were talking about some struggles with ADHD, I think.
Hmm.
Having ADHD myself, I totally get it. We all experience it in various ways too. Think of it like a muscle. Think of it something that you have to train over and over again. And you know how muscles can be. Sometimes if you don't have the right nutrients, you're going to be in a world of hurt the next day.
Yeah.
So treat ADHD and the problems that be with it like something that you got to train, something that's kind of like the frame of thought that I use that helps me not feel so like my ADHD is against me. I'm against
Hmm.
it. I'm turning it against itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I definitely um, I've started a lot of that lately. And I realized that in order to do that, I have to have my support system. Um, I know for me personally, and I have that amazing person in my life to be able to get me through that, thankfully. So everyone find your little group of people, whether it's one person,
or an army
two,
of
three, or
people.
10. Like you don't have to go through stuff alone. And the real good people, real family, real friends will always be there for you no matter what. So,
I love that you said that. Thank you.
of course.
Well, hey, I don't want to keep you for the rest of your day. Knowing myself, I could probably extend this and find 5 more hours of things to talk about. But
Yeah, absolutely.
what do you say
I will
we
be.
go ahead?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm getting ready. I know I've already had messages, so like, hey, you still streaming it? Which is why I put on my like, hey, I'm still streaming, just doing something special. I'll be on in a little bit. So,
um, well, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. Do you have any
okay.
final notes for our viewers?
No, just keep doing whatever you're doing, chase your dream, whatever it is, and don't stop.
I couldn't have said that better myself. Keep going, humans of Earth. Don't stop, and we'll both see you next time. Bye.
All right, have a good one.